What's up, everybody? It's your boy Charles. Charles on his world. Uh-oh. I'm messing up already. I just started recording. Listen, I want to talk to y'all about the recent video of Corey Holcomb at the airport where he got confronted by a guy with a camera, um, which was TMZ. That was TMZ. I used to work for TMZ. I worked for TMZ for 2 years out here in Los Angeles. And I was just thinking about when the guy walked up on Corey and he didn't announce himself and he just started recording and asking Corey questions, Corey Holcomb. If y'all haven't heard, Corey Holcomb is a comedian. He's going through a little situation that had got cleared up last year. Well, he went to court. This lady took him to court. Another female comedian took him to court. And the case got thrown out. But I guess video came out of that particular night that the said comedian, sued Corey. The video just came out, I think, last week or a couple of days ago, of what actually happened. And TMZ, which is crazy because TMZ don't give a damn about no damn Corey Holcomb. And this is what I want to talk about TMZ and about me working there, my time working there, the 2 years I worked here. But let me just get into it. So basically, Corey was leaving the airport, and when he was leaving the airport, he got confronted by a TMZ camera guy. Now, granted, the TMZ camera guy didn't announce himself; he just walked up on him and just started recording him, that's one of TMZ's practices. And I learned that when I worked for them back in 2007. I worked for TMZ back in 2007, 2008. Right when the company had just started getting the show. They had just got the show on Fox. They just got the deal because TMZ was just known as a gossip blog on the internet. This is before smartphones. You had to go on the website and see what was going on with the celebrities. It was a gossip blog ran by Harvey Levin. But it became popular. Harvey had some connections and he was able to get a TV show. But anyway, that's one of the practices of. I remember when I started working for TMZ, one of the things they taught us was like, okay, so when you go up to these celebrities, just start recording and asking them questions. Don't tell them that you're with TMZ. And I would think to myself, wait, we are with TMZ, right? Well, why wouldn't we let people? Because I think that would let people guard down. But I think they felt like, oh well, at the time, TMZ was known as like a ruthless vlog, like a ruthless um like kind of gossipy blog. Now they're kind of pristine, even though they're still kind of gossipy. Back when I started with TMZ, they were very ruthless, but the practice still stands. Though they would have us go out, send us. They would get tips from valets, people who worked at different locations, and would tip them off. Hey, such and such is here, and then we would pull up, and then we would be waiting outside. The people have no clue that we're coming. A lot of times they do. Now they do, because what's happening, I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. A lot of these celebrities have their publicists call TMZ and then tell TMZ such and such is gonna be at the such and such seafood restaurant on Sunset at 3 o'clock. And then that particular said celebrity goes to that restaurant. We pull up, they in there eating. By the time they come out, we outside, TMZ's outside, and they're like, oh my God, how did you guys know I was here? TMZ, motherfucker, you know, your publicist called this motherfucker. You know your public, but they have to play the game. A lot of people, and that's been one of the whole things with TMZ, is that they have people thinking that, how you got, that was one of the questions people would always ask us when they would see us out. Are you a TMZ? Because they don't want us to have you can't wear no TMZ hat, no TMZ shirt, nothing. They don't want no association that you're with TMZ. But people automatically know, because who goes up to you with a camera and start asking questions unless it's TMZ? But I just always wonder, well, how come TMZ doesn't want? You would think they want us to announce ourselves. I feel creepy going up to a person and start recording. They don't know me. I don't know them. You know, this celebrity, I don't have no logo, no badge or nothing saying that I'm with a certain affiliate. And I'm just up there just asking them questions and hope, you know what I'm saying? And the people automatically know, oh, you TMZ. But a lot of times people don't know. And sometimes people can get violent. You come up to, especially these rappers, they don't know you. You run up to them with a camera and you ask them questions and they don't know who you are. You're not saying who you with. And I used to ask Harvey, question, like we would have camera meetings sometimes. I'm pretty sure they still do it at TMZ, but when I was there, they would have camera meetings maybe once a week, once a month. And I think one of the questions I asked them one of our first meetings, I was like, "Well, Harvey, mention this. How come we can't tell people that we were TMZ when we come up to them and we ask them questions? Like, we should at least be able to identify ourselves." And I remember Charles was there too, Harvey, and I believe he says in effect, "Well, they're not going to give us what they're going to automatically shut down once they figure out that you're TMZ." And I'm thinking to myself, well, they're going to shut down anyway if I'm coming up to them and just asking them questions. They don't know me. I'm just a stranger coming up to them and asking them questions. They're going to shut, you know what I'm saying? So I would think that they probably be a little bit more, because TMZ being it's a well-known, even though it's a gossip blog, it's still known. They'll be more susceptible to answer my question. Oh, this is TMZ. Okay, let me tell y'all what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just a I realized later on after I left TMZ, I realized they don't want us to announce ourselves, because if something goes awry, or if there's a confrontation, the person's in a bad mood, or they get fussy, they can't say TMZ came at me. They can say this person came. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no association. They're protecting themselves. They ain't protecting you. You're left out there to hang dry if this person becomes belligerent, decide to call the cops, make a big deal. Fast forward the whole thing with Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb got confronted with the TMZ guy at the airport, because that's where TMZ hangs out at. TMZ has a full-time camera guy. A lot of people don't know this. They have a full-time camera guy that hangs out at the airport at LAX 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. So they can catch celebrities leaving and going to flights and stuff. And they can, you know what I'm saying? Because LAX, you got to leave out of LAX. I mean, you can go, they have Burbank, they have Long Beach Airport, but those are far away from where the celebrities live at. And most of the flights are coming out of LAX. And the majority of the flights are going to come out of LAX. So TMZ knows this. So they have a camera guy that's posted there at least 8 to 10 hours a day. But so the situation happened with Corey and the camera guy, and Corey kind of went off on the guy and told the guy to get lost. Now, you know, if Corey wanted to press charges against the guy or even call the police, he could call the police on that guy. Now, the guy didn't identify himself on camera that he's with TMZ, so everything's going to fall on his lap if heat comes down. TMZ's in the clear. So I started to realize, oh, that's why TMZ don't want us to. They want to protect themselves. If you say TMZ and you come up to this celebrity and you know, and stuff goes left with this celebrity, her boyfriend you may ask a question that may bite them in the wrong way. Her husband may confront you, or a boyfriend, or whoever the celebrity is, and a bad interaction happens, then you didn't say you was with TMZ. TMZ is in the clear. And then guess what? If that interview goes real bad and lawsuits start to get involved, the cops, TMZ will fire your ass and cut all contact with you. So now you out here with this celebrity fucked up, and TMZ going on down the road. They ain't got no attachment with you. So I said, oh, that's why they don't want you to announce that you're TMZ. It's to protect their ass. When in reality, you should come up to him and say you with TMZ. Because now you're not gonna leave me out here to dry. I'm involving you too. You pay me, I get checks from you to say TMZ. So if shit go awry, y'all gonna be involved in this too. Don't just leave me out. So that's why TMZ doesn't let these guys announce themselves when they come up to celebrities. Is because they don't want them. They don't want to have no. If the interview goes bad, if the celebrity becomes belligerent and break your camera, or flips out or call the cops, and it doesn't, like the same thing that happened with. Okay, now the whole thing with Corey Holcomb, he didn't call the cops, but it was a little tension between the camera guy at TMZ and Corey, because Corey didn't want to be bothered. He didn't want to ask no question, and the guy didn't identify himself. He just walked up and started videotaping him. So it kind of went left. Corey is a Chicago guy. He don't know how the whole entertainment LA thing works, even though he's in the entertainment world. He's mostly a street comic. So he, you know what I'm saying, he ain't with all that. Just come up to him and start recording, and don't identify yourself and all that stuff. You could pull that shit with Kim Kardashian and Lindsay Lohan, because they know the drill. They in the Hollywood, they know the drill. They know how, TMZ gonna run up on you with a camera and ask you dumb questions. Corey is a street cat from Chicago. He ain't used to that. That's weird where he come from. So, but like I said, if that homeboy went on about his business, Corey got video on his camera. You can go on his Instagram and see it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a reaction to that particular video on my YouTube channel, Charles Arnaz World. Y'all can go ahead and subscribe if y'all want to keep abreast of that. That way, when I drop it, y'all can see it. But Corey, it could have went left, and then homeboy left out. What if Corey want to sue the guy or whatever? He's on his own, and then guess what's going to happen? If TMZ gets an inkling of that happening, they'll fire his ass. Bye. Because I've seen them do it when I worked at TMZ. I was there when the whole Britney thing went down. I think Britney ended up beating a TMZ's guy's car with an umbrella, and that went all over the place, and there was speculation that it was TMZ, which it was. TMZ fired that motherfucker fast as hell. They fired him fast, and he had to figure out how to get his own car fixed. I'm pretty, you know what I'm saying? I think he had to go after Britney for the damages to his car. But yeah, so the whole thing with that, I saw the video. I was like, and I realized, I said, well, that's why TMZ does that. When they don't want us to announce ourselves when we come up to people and we start interviewing them. Don't tell me with TMZ. Don't have no TMZ logos on. They used to have where we would wear baseball caps with TMZ on it. They cut that out. And I realized that's what it was. I said, that's needless to say, the reason why I got fired from TMZ is because I was asking too many questions in these meetings, apparently. Because I'm like, how come we can't, why would I ask somebody, like one thing that I would do, they would have us do, this is when TMZ was real guerrilla style. They would have us film fights and stuff, but then the people that would be in the fights would attack the camera guys for videotaping them fighting. So TMZ cut that out. And, they were trying to get shock value. But then as TMZ got bigger and bigger and got more and more contracts, Harvey cut that out. Now they don't show the club fights no more. And quiet as kept, back when I was at TMZ, Hollywood was cracking. Hollywood is a ghost town now. A lot of the clubs that went out of business, a lot of businesses in Hollywood that went out of business. When I was at TMZ in 2007, 2008, Hollywood was cracking. You know what I'm saying? The nightlife was cracking. The nightlife in Hollywood is pretty much non-existent now. It's because the economy, the rent in Hollywood is more and more expensive. These clubs people ain't clubbing as much. People ain't buying bottle services like they used to no more because of the money. So but back then, man, it used to be cracking. But yeah, I realized. So I was asking too many questions at TMZ. Harvey let me go. They didn't want to bring me in. They didn't want to give me no contract. Yeah, I'm gonna ask questions. I want to protect. Like, what's going on? Like, how come we can't go up to these people and ask them, hey, I'm with TMZ, da da da. Why? And I think one of the questions I would ask them, how come we ask these people personal questions off the rip? We should build up to that. But we don't have time for that. You got to ask them, like, if somebody going through the divorce, you got to ask them, like, for instance, that day, if somebody filed for divorce and you seen that particular celebrity that day that they filed that divorce, TMZ first question they want you to ask is, so how did it feel to be divorced? Why did you file for divorce? Did he put his hands? Was it because he was cheating? Was it cheating? Like personal. They want you to come out the gate with personal shit. And a motherfucker don't. First of all, you come up to me with a camera. I don't know you, not announcing who you are, and you ask me personal business. So of course people ain't gonna answer the questions. You know what I'm saying? TMZ's kind of did away with that. They're trying to be a lot more friendlier because people are starting to shut down on them when they would run up on them. People still shut down on them, but they're trying to be a lot more mainstream. And which what I'm saying, that they got a tourist. Harvey got a tourist company and all that kind of stuff. So they're trying to be more mainstream. But anyway, I just wanted to just give y'all a little behind the scenes on TMZ and the whole video that came out with Corey Holcomb and the whole lawsuit that's going home. No, not lawsuit. The lawsuit is done, but the whole video that came out with him putting hands on that girl. That her name is Christina or something like that. But that's it. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Subscribe to the channel. Talk to y'all later.